Honorable members, the...
Honorable Chair?
Yes.
Yeah, Chair, I need guidance. I had asked earlier on, Chairperson, because for future reference, I would like to know, Honorable Chairperson, please give us a ruling.
Yes.
Is it casting aspersions to say that the Honorable Member is from the Apartheid Nationalist Party? Because we'll want to say that in the future. Is that casting aspersions? Could you please rule on that so that the English that came here with a boat with the ancestors of the Honorable Jeremy can be clarified?
Honorable members, the debate having been concluded, I now recognize the Honorable the Chief Whip.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, I move that the report be adopted.
Okay. Honorable members, the motion is that the report be adopted. Are there any objections? Okay, there being objections, I now put the question.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, when do we get an opportunity to do an amendment?
Oh yeah, okay. Yes, honorable members.
Can you please be given that opportunity?
Yes, what is the amendment, honorable member?
Amendment on the report that has been presented here, that before it is presented, it is provided in rules 94
yes,
and 95.
I'm waiting to hear you.
Yeah.
What is the amendment?
Deal with the amendment that we move that this House should reject the report of the Powers and Privileges Committee. And that is based on the submission that we made to the Powers and Privileges Committee and was ignored. And that submission reads as follows. It says that we have come here as
Honorable
members
member,
of Parliament.
the report, if it is a report, remember that...
It's not a report, I'm quoting the background of the information that this House needs for an amendment to happen.
Let me...
I can't give you an amendment without giving the background information.
Yeah, the requirements...
So the House must have to listen before the voting happens that this is the background information. I can't we're not here as voting cattle. Maybe some other people are. Ourselves are not voting cattle. We want to persuade the House by giving adequate background information.
Yes.
And the rules allow that, by the way. Can you please allow us to continue?
No, wait, honorable member, wait. Yeah, honorable member, you have to tell us where in the report you're amending. That's the requirement of the rules. You know that, right?
There is a report in the ATC.
Yes, honorable member.
That recommends certain sanctions. It gives background information in detail of what transpired in the Powers and Privileges Committee.
Yes.
We want to come with a different recommendation in terms of what this House should vote for.
Okay.
But before we do that, we should be given an opportunity to give you background information.
Okay.
It's a fair thing that we are supposed to do. You can't deny us an opportunity as elected members of this House to give you background information. We can't just come with the recommendations of what we must vote on. We're not here for voting here. We're here to give substantive argument and background in terms of what happens. Because the report that we must amend has got background information. Please allow us to do so.
Yes. Honorable member, because of where we are at in the process of considering the motion before the House, we can't have motivations for that. Let me explain to you. Amendment to a draft resolution. No amendment to a draft resolution may be moved except an amendment to draft resolution on the question of privilege to substitute the name of another member for the name of a member in the draft resolution which is allowed by the presiding officer. And so, honorable member, what cannot be done is motivation. Yes, we want an amendment that must be placed before the House to vote on, and then we can proceed.
Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Yes.
Before us, it is a report by Powers and Privileges Committee.
Yes.
And that is what the order paper says.
Yes.
So we are here. We want to read to you this this amendment to the powers and privilege.
Yes.
Because it's very important, because that report, you can see its size, so it has to be spoken to. You see, and then we have to read this. I mean, we cannot proceed like this. We are not motivating. It is a new motion altogether. We are substituting, we are amending your motion.
No.
So please allow us. It is procedurally correct. Don't shortcut the process.
No.
Yes, we are here. We must do work here.
No.
So this is what we are here for.
Honorable
Please.
Member, that's a minority report which is not allowed. And you can't call it an amendment because you were calling it that.
You're already predicting wrongly what we're going to deal with. We're not presenting a minority report.
No, Honorable
We're
Member,
giving you a motion which this House must consider instead of the one which has been put here in the House.
Honorable
We
Member.
don't know what we're going to table already. You are jumping the gun. Relax.
Oh, relax, Honorable Member. The member behind you just said that he is substituting what is on the table.
Wabona wa Tom. I'm saying
These are your words,
it's an
Honorable Member.
amendment. It's an amendment. This is an amendment we want to present to this House. So that's what we're asking. Stop the speculation and listen to us. Then you will know what we are presenting here. We are amending the motion before this House.
Yeah. Honorable members, the motion moved by Honorable Shivambo is that the report of the chief whip of the majority party be rejected. That's what,
Deputy Speaker, we have not got there. We're going to deal with that after we've dealt with this first amendment.
no,
Every day here in this House,
yes,
motions are tabled.
yes.
And then, for instance, when we're passing a vote of no confidence on the Speaker, the ANC rose here to give a completely new motion, gave motivation that they've got confidence on the Speaker who does not know what she's doing, and all those other things. And then we did vote on that motion which was amended by the ANC. And then after that, we want to vote on the one which was tabled by the opposition that don't have a confidence in the Speaker. Why is it that now when we want to put an amended motion, you are refusing us? You must apply the rules consistently. That is what we agreed today in the POA. Allow us an opportunity to give an amended motion, please.
Honorable Member, the requirements for an amendment is not another report. It's not another report.
No, Deputy Speaker.
Yes.
Please, you are predicting us. Can you give us an opportunity to do what the ANC did during the DA motion? And if you think we are not doing that, then you can intervene. You are predicting us. We want to give an amendment to the motion. And then you can call those things of voting, of choirs, yes, yes, no. But now, give us an opportunity to put before you and this House an amendment.
No.
Can we add, Chair? Honorable Chair. Honorable Chairperson.
Let me Let me respond to what I've been asked.
I would just like to add, Honorable Chairperson, that if you will allow me.
Yes, what are you adding?
Yes, according to the order paper, by the way, this is also a substantially different motion that we are dealing with. We are dealing with a report that must be adopted, which was different, for instance, to the examples that have been provided to. Those were motions, and the NC gave a substantially different motion. We want to amend sections of the report that must be adopted. We want to propose in front of the House, want the House to hear us make amendments to the sections of the report that must be adopted. Because the Chief Whip's motion is, I move that the report be adopted. So we want to do that, but we want to propose amendments to sections of the report, and the rules allow us, fortunately. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, the object of the amendment may be either to modify a question in such a way as to increase its acceptability or present to the House a different proposition to the original. The present question before the House is whether to agree to a report of the committee of this House. In other words, whether to agree to the findings and recommendations contained in that report in terms of the motion by the Chief Whip. If agreed, will become the resolutions of the House. So amendment to put a different proposition before the House as an alternative to the original question may be done by moving to omit all or most of the words of the question after the word that, and to substitute an alternative proposition. However, and this is an important matter, the alternative proposition must be relevant to the subject of the question. The subject of the question before the House pertains to findings as to whether the conduct of certain members of the House in particular day constituted contempt and proposed sanctions. Any amendments, therefore, have to be relevant to those findings. Yes, that's the... So what you are responding to is the question, that question of... that is placed before the House. While proposing an amendment to the recommendations contained in the report would be in order. The submission of a wholly new report as an amendment is not supported by our rules and practice. Yes. Proceed, Honorable Member. Proceed. Proceed, Honorable Member. Yes.
Deputy Speaker, I'm moving on the amended motion. We rise to say that in adopting the report, the amended report of the Powers and Privileges Committee, this House should take note of the submission that the EFF made to the committee and was not taken into consideration. And the report read as follows. We have come here as members of Parliament representing the economic freedom fighters, the economic emancipation movement, which is the third largest political party in South Africa.
Yes, Honorable Member. Honorable Member.
I'm quoting.
Take your seat, Honorable Member.
Please
Honorable
quote.
Cronin. Honorable Cronin.
I'm quoting.
Honorable Member, please take your seat. Go ahead,
I thought
Honorable.
that you had just provided guidance and a point and a ruling that what we are strictly dealing here with is an opportunity to amend specifically the report from the Powers and Privilege Committee, not a general background discussion and we've come here and so forth. And therefore I ask for a point of order that we stick strictly to what your ruling has just said.
Yes. Honorable Member.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, I just want to ask a question for clarification. Can a member amend a report for which they have not been participating, especially if it's an inquiry?
Okay.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, I think that question is answered to by what you read earlier. Your colleagues must relax, man. Honorable.
An opportunity Please
Yeah,
take your
I
seat.
want to attend to
No.
Cronin.
No, honorable member.
Honorable Cronin.
No, honorable
no,
member.
Honorable Deputy
What's your
Speaker.
res-
No,
You are interrupting your own member
no,
from
I'm
proceeding.
not. Floyd is amending
Honorable
the
Floyd.
motion.
Honorable.
And they stopped
Honorable
him
Floyd.
when he was quoting. He's not leaving the motion. He's quoting. Please allow him to quote. He's still coming. He has to quote our submission. He has to quote Public Protector's report, the whole report. He has to quote the SIU report. All those reports, we are quoting them before. So this is a motion. We are quoting.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I was still in the meeting. I quote the submission that was made to the Powers and Privileges Committee. It said that we have come here as members of the Parliament representing
Honourable
the
Deputy
economic
Speaker.
freedom fighters,
On a point of
the
order.
economic emancipation movement, which is
Honourable-
the third largest political party in South Africa.
Honorable Shivambo, just hold on a little bit. Yes,
Yeah,
Honorable
but
Killian.
the National Party must give me space.
Honourable
to
Deputy
Honourable-
Speaker, let me just say that the Honourable Chief Whip of the EFF is now going to read through the 89 points of the Honourable Malema's submission. I just want to put it on record that the comprehensive record of the proceedings of the House is obviously there for everybody to read, including the Hansard of the recordings of the committee and the hearings, and etc. So it really does not make sense.
Point of
and
order,
I
Deputy
want to
Speaker.
propose that,
Point of order.
that we
Honourable member.
proceed with the item on the agenda that we
Point
that
of
we
order, Deputy
approve the
Speaker. May I
report.
please be recognized?
Right. Honorable member.
She must not predict.
No, honorable member, wait. Take your seat. I haven't recognized you yet.
Deputy Speaker, we have on the table, put by you, the motion that was proposed by the Chief Whip of the majority party, that the report be adopted. An amendment would be to put a motion that the report not be adopted. We can't, there is no provision in the rules for amendment to the committee's report. There is none.
On a point of order, Chair. On a point of order.
What's your point of order?
Honorable Naledi is the one who was telling us earlier here that we cannot tell members of a party what to say. And she cannot stand up here and tell us how to present our motion. We are having an amendment to the motion. Allow us to present it. When the DA presented a motion here on the motion of no confidence on the speaker, the ANC presented an amendment, and because they didn't want to quote anything, is their own problem. So we are quoting because we want our motion to persuade other fellow members of this house. So we're not going to be told how we must present our amendment.
Yes. Honorable member. Honorable member, bring it. Proceed on condition that, honorable member, you ask the House precisely what the decision of the House must be.
Yes, we're getting there. But can I please be allowed to quote? And can you get an assurance as well from the choir that there won't be disruptions? We have come here as members, that is the quotation. We have come here as members of Parliament representing the economic freedom fighters, the economic emancipation movement, which is the third largest political party in South Africa. We are appearing before this committee because the Speaker of Parliament has, through the Secretary of Parliament, preferred charges on members of the EFF,
Point of order.
citing misconduct as a basis of all the charges.
Yes.
Which our members
Honorable
have
member,
received.
just hold on. Yes, Honorable Cronin.
What is getting confused here by members of the EFF is that there is a report of the Commission. That is one thing. Secondly, there is a motion before the House. The motion is, as led by the Chief Whip of the ANC, is that we should support the findings of the report of the Standing Committee. We can either, the motion therefore is support, or not support, or half
Chair,
support.
we really need a point
But
of
it's
order.
not about changing the
Honourable
report.
Chair, on a point of order.
And that's what they're trying to change the report.
And a point of
as
order,
opposed
Chairperson.
to amending the motion.
Honourable Chair,
Okay.
I don't know because you have already ruled on this matter. You read substantially there, and honourable members can't hold back. I don't know.
Honorable members.
So please,
one
Chairperson,
of
you have
take-
ruled on this matter. We had a debate.
Take your seat, honorable member.
We won this debate, so let's proceed. The Chairperson ruled.
Honorable member.
Thank you, Speaker, for...
I will,
Thank you,
honorable
Acting
member,
Speaker, for ignoring Jeremy.
no, honorable member, we pointed out to you what must happen. Proceed.
Okay, yes,
So don't
I'm-
be surprised when that happens.
I'm continuing with the quotation. We are appearing before this committee because the Speaker of Parliament has, through the Secretary of Parliament, preferred charges on members of the EFF, citing misconduct as basis of all the charges which our members have received. This committee is supposed to prefer charges on members of Parliament, but we have got it in good authority that after the appointment of the initiator, this committee did not sit to consider the charges, and members of this committee are seeing the charges for the first time. What kind of a judge can appear before a committee before they are familiar
On
with
a
the
point of
charges
order, Chairperson.
that are going to be tabled against
Point of
accused
order.
people?
Honorable member.
What justice
Honorable
kind of
order.
thing?
Shivambo, take your seat.
Okay.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Yes, honorable member. Oh, yes, sir.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, what the Honorable Chief Whip of the EFF is reading appears to be like a mitigation statement which was supposed to be read in the committee itself. So the committee that is set in this matter is not necessarily a committee, like I was explaining there, just that people could not listen. It's a matter, a referral referred to by the Speaker. So this is a disciplinary hearing. It's not a normal committee wherein you'll amend reports and so on. This is a disciplinary hearing. We
Point
need
of
to
order,
either
Deputy Speaker.
accept
On
or
a point
reject
of order.
the disciplinary hearing because we can't open it here, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Deputy
This
Speaker.
is a report sui generis, Deputy Speaker.
Okay.
On a
cannot
point
be
of
subject-
order.
Member, yes.
Deputy Speaker, Honorable Ndlozi has called upon you to enforce rules and your ruling on the course of action. And forever you continue to consider point of order such as the one made by our son-in-law, delays us and hold the process of concluding this matter. Besides, on the basis of what are we having these discussions? Now, please enforce those rules, enforce the ruling that you have made so that there can be a headway. Thank you.
Honorable members, I wish to draw your attention to the fact that the reason I agreed that Honorable Shivambo must do what he's doing, he promised to do an amendment, okay? And we said that it must not be motivation. We want an amendment. And if it proceeds in the way that sounds like a motivation, you may have to stop, honorable member, and we consider what, in your opinion, must be an amendment. Otherwise,
Honorable Deputy Speaker,
yes.
Must have a very strong backbone. You must not be severed up and down.
You are out of order, honorable member.
You have
In the
got-
first place,
the ruling and I'm
I'm
busy
suggesting
reading.
to you that you are out of order and you don't do that again.
Okay, I won't do it again. Let me continue.
You are
to
out
read
of
it.
order. And this
Let
is,
me continue to read.
I'm going to request you to stop doing that. And if you do it again, honorable member, on the basis that you've been given a privilege to read an amendment and you don't, then I'm going to have to stop you.
No, it's not a privilege, Deputy Speaker. It's not a privilege. You are not doing us any
Honorable
favor.
Malema, You are
No, you're out of order.
You have not been
No, I'm
recognized.
calling you to order.
You are
I'm
not-
calling you to order, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
You are not-
You are not giving him any privilege.
Honorable
It
Malema.
is his right, elected by the people of South Africa, to come and speak here. Please,
Honorable member, you have not been recognized. Sit down.
can you withdraw that? Can you
sit
withdraw
down.
the privilege?
You sit down.
No, can you withdraw the privilege?
You sit down, honorable
You are
member.
not doing him a favor.
Honorable member.
He is
sit
an
down.
elected member.
Sit down, honorable member.
Deputy Speaker,
I think you are being out
Deputy
of order
Speaker.
completely. Yes, honorable member.
on a point of order,
Yes. Chief Whip.
I want to suggest that it will be a gross departure from the rules if you allow a member to amend a report. What Honorable Malema was quoting, we have done in the motion of the DA, was that we were moving an amendment to a motion, not to a report. The report can only be amended by a minority report, not a motion. Because there are two conflicting things that they are trying to do. We know what they are doing. They are trying to filibuster. But the real issue here is that you do not amend a report unless through a minority report. You can only amend a motion.
On
And
a
here-
point of order, Deputy Speaker. On a point of order, Deputy Speaker.
Yes, honorable member.
In the last motion that was debated in the House here, Honorable Godi complained about the DA raising an amendment to a motion by saying, can we delete this and put that, the background? And then he sat down. Then he rose up to say, we cannot vote and support a motion we don't know, it was never read to us. The honorable member here is reading a motion. Honorable members of the ruling party should just be patient for the motion to be read. There's no provision in the rule how long a motion should be. So can we be allowed to read the motion? He's just afraid of what he calls filibustering. That's part of politics. He must sit down and chill. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
Honorable members, I have stated earlier that I will allow Honorable Shivambo to move an amendment to the resolution before the House. But I will not allow the honorable member to continue to motivate his amendment. An amendment to a resolution must be short, succinct, clearly initiate what the decision of the House is required to take so that the amendment can be put to the House for decision. This is in terms of the agreed guidelines of this House. Honorable Shivambo,
Which guidelines?
to move a minority report as an amendment, that is not allowed in terms of Rule 137. You may also move an amendment to this report that we are talking on, but they must move amendments to the recommendations. That's
Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Yes, honorable member.
You know, the problem, you confuse that I'm motivating. I'm quoting a submission. And there's nothing wrong with that. And then when we come to the section that deals with those aspects, we're going to deal with that in the same way that you have motivated. Don't go and dig rules behind you. We've got the rule books here, right? Which give us an opportunity to deal with these issues. In the last sitting, which debated the Nkandla report, which was wrongly adopted, the DA moved to say that a different report must be adopted. And there was a correct intervention that came from the back there that said that how do you adopt a different report which you have not been exposed to, do not know what it is content. Now, there's a report which has been presented by the Powers and Privileges Committee. And we're rising here before the House votes, they must take into consideration the following components of what transpired thus far. And that is what we have to deal with. What are you going to vote on? Like, I can't just say no, we must reject the findings without giving you the totality of the background of what happened. And it will not be fair, it will never be justice if you disallow us an opportunity to give you a total background information in terms of what led to to the Powers and Privileges Committee taking the decisions that they took and were recommending a different outcome. So please allow us to do so.
Okay. Just take a seat, Honorable Member. Honorable Member.
Thank you very much for recognizing me ultimately, Honorable Deputy Speaker. On a point of order, and I think this should be conveyed to the House. What is happening is really frivolous and vexatious. The rules are very clear, the guidelines are very clear. If a motion is before the House, the motion can indeed be amended by proposing in crisp, succinct, clear ways what the intended amendment is. The mere fact, and the Honorable Presiding Officer, the Honorable Deputy Speaker should take into account what the Honorable Leader of the EFF had said. And these are his words. We will quote from our submission, we will quote the entire Public Protector's report, clearly conveying an intent that the intention of the amendment is not an amendment that is being proposed, but a repetition and a re-articulation of the entire content of the submissions that have been made, as well as the report of the Public Protector. As a chair and as a speaker, deputy speaker, you have the discretion to determine whether indeed what is being submitted is an amendment or whether it is argument or motivation. If it is argument or motivation or background or quotation, you, Honorable Deputy Speaker, are entitled in terms of your powers and authority to curtail such contribution. That is your responsibility, and I say that with the greatest of respect and humility. If you do not do so, then indeed the interest of this entire House is being compromised by a stubborn, vexatious attempt by the EFF to curtail property, to disregard the rules of this House. And I therefore urge you with respect to take that into account.
Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Yes.
I'm waiting to be recognized.
Honorable Malema, what are you wanting to say?
No. Deputy Speaker, we cannot allow a situation where we are told to amend and say we are objecting, and then we don't give reasons why. We are making an amendment, and that amendment is accompanied, Comrade Honorable Cronin, is accompanied by reasons. I mean, I will not be part of a situation where you just object and you don't give reasons. It can't be. No, we're not going to leave Malusi if that is what you wish for. We can't. We're elected to be here. You see, it can't be that, no, you are telling us to leave as if we are going around in your garden. We are not in your garden here. We are here because we are elected. Whether you like it or not, we are here, we are elected. And unfortunately, or fortunately, we are not going anywhere this time around. We'll never walk out. We are going to give you reasons why we are objecting. You cannot refuse to give us an opportunity to amend. We are amending. Let's get that opportunity. The DA did the same, but they chose not to read their full submission on Nkandla. Honorable Godi stood up and said, I find it difficult to support the amendment I've not read. This one, everybody has read. So give us an opportunity to address the House on our amendment. That's all we're asking for. The ANC cannot say we are not allowed to reason. We must be allowed to reason.
Yes, Honorable Member, you are right. Reason crisply and briefly so that we hear what your amendment is and then we proceed.
I was still quoting Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Member, please ensure that we arrive as soon as possible to what we require to make a decision on, please. Yeah.
On a point of order, Deputy Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Member.
Deputy Speaker, we are requesting you to make a ruling. Honorable Deputy Minister of Basic Education has raised on a point of order. You have not made a ruling on that point of order.
On a point of order, Deputy Speaker.
On a point of order, Deputy
No,
Speaker.
Honorable Member, let me just point out what I said.
Just this point of order will help you, Deputy Speaker.
No, Honorable Member, I'll give you a chance. Wait, let me say this. Honorable Member, the Deputy Minister made a comment, a point of order, part of which I read out here, right here now, and said that, and explained why I allowed Honorable Shivabo to do that. We will not allow the honorable member to motivate his amendment. An amendment to a resolution must be short, succinct, and clearly enunciate what the House is required to take so that the amendment can be put to the House. This is what I argued. And the Deputy Minister's point of order is about that. And I wish, honorable members, that having allowed the honorable member to do so, I still appeal to him to do that. That was a repetition of a ruling that I made, really. Proceed and do as requested by us, honorable member, in the chair.
Let me quote and then we'll take it. The report said that to remind you, on the 21st of August, we asked the President of the Republic of South Africa, Jacob Zuma, as to when is he going to pay back the money as prescribed by the remedial actions which the public protector correctly and constitutionally said should be implemented by all parties involved in the illegal and corrupt construction of the private residence of the President in Nkandla. It is common cause that there was illegality and corruption in the construction of the private residence, and this matter will be settled by courts of law since the President is refusing to pay back the money as directed by the public protector. Now, the public protector's report says that this investigation was carried out in response to 7 complaints lodged between the 13th December 2011 and November
Honorable
2012.
member, the public protector's report, the background you gave is in the reports, in the Hansard, in the ATC rather, and so there is no need for you to proceed to go there. We request you once more, honorable member, to make and propose your amendment.
The Honorable Speaker, it will not make sense if we do not make reference to the public protector report. We have to take you through the background information so that when we give an amendment, you have got a clearer understanding. You must not rush to voting. Allow us to take you through this, and then you'll realize that this is how we're going to. Now, the public protector report says that the investigation was carried out in response
Honorable
to
Deputy
7
Speaker.
complaints.
Honorable members, can I be allowed, because I have already indicated to Honorable Shivambo that he must be brief, that he must not quote material that is before the House, that is in the records of the House, and that honorable member presumably read it, because this is a matter of national importance, that they would have read not only the reports that were presumably considered as reported before this House, that it is in the record here. So I'm allowing you, sir, to complete your recommendations and not to continue to quote.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, it's not a reflection, just to address you first, it's not a reflection of reality that in this parliament we can't make reference to reports that have been presented. We do that every day. We give verbatim reflection of the reports that have been presented in the ATC. Can I please be protected as a member of parliament to make reference to the reports, whether they've been tabled here or not? It's not true that people can make it. You do that every day when you come to claim victories of a good story here. And allow us to give you context so that we are not subjected to being voting cattle. We're not voting cattle here. We are people who must think, and we think after we have listened carefully to a background information in terms of what happens. And in the rules that we are reading, there is no time limit. Let me be brief in terms of how we're going to deal with these issues. Now, the public protector's report says the investigation was carried out in response to 7 complaints lodged between 13 December 2011 and November 2012. The first report from a member of the public was lodged in terms of the Public Protector Act on 13 December 2011. Other complaints followed thereafter, also lodged under the Public Protector Act. Further complaints were received from ordinary members of the public, and a year after the first complaint, the Member of Parliament lodged a complaint under the Executive Members Ethics Act. The first complainant requested an investigation into the veracity of allegations published in the Mail and Guardian newspaper on 11 November 2011 under the heading Banker Time, Zuma's Lavish Kandla Upgrade. According to this media report,
On a point of order, Chair.
the President's private residence was being improved
Point of order, Chair.
and upgraded at enormous expense.
Honorable-
The state estimated
Honorable
about
Member.
60
Point of
65
order.
Honorable Chivambo, just hold on. Honorable Pando,
On a point of order, Deputy Speaker.
proceed, Honorable Pando.
Speaker, Deputy Speaker, we've got a motion on the floor put by you. The EFF wishes to put a counter motion. Could they put it and can we vote? They indicated that they were not afraid of this report. We are getting a very different impression. Can you put the matter so that it's decided?
On a point of order, Deputy Speaker.
I'm allowing
Mr. Speaker, you are
Honorable
not allowed to
Chivambo
be
to wrap
bullied.
up. Honorable Chivambo, wrap up. Wrap up, Honorable Chivambo. Wrap up.
Deputy Speaker, there's no way I'm going to wrap up before I give you context of what was done. Can I give you the context first?
No, Honorable
reading the
Member.
motion.
Honorable Chivambo,
The,
please, man, appreciate that we gave you an opportunity to move an amendment. The House is saying to you, the context is in the reports before the House. The amendment is needed from you. Do the amendment. So that we proceed.
Honorable Deputy Speaker,
Yes.
you're not going to conduct the business of this House if every time there's an intervention, you change your mind and everything else. That is not wisdom. You must know what you stand for. You must be strong. You must not be like when people speak, you are just shifting up and down. You're confusing. I'm in the process of reading a report that will give you a proper background on a decision that are going to take. Parliament can't take raw decisions on partisan basis. These are individual members of Parliament. You do not know. Maybe after I've read this thing, the vote will be a different one. So can I be allowed to read through this process because we know
Honorable
in
Deputy
terms of what
Speaker,
we're dealing with. Can I
I've
please
learned from the
continue?
EFF.
In
What
terms of
is
happened?
the amendment? What is the amendment? We haven't heard it.
Can I not be disrupted by a chanting
Honorable-
person?
Honorable Member.
On
Please,
a point of order, Deputy
Order,
Speaker.
order, Honorable Members.
On a point of order, Deputy Speaker.
Let Honorable Chivambo wrap up.
I think
As
he
I
is
requested.
going to wrap up, but this point of order is very important.
What is the point of order now? Honorable Chivambo, take your
We
seat.
cannot have a member
Honorable
of
Shivambo,
the executive
take your
who is singing, read the motion, wrap up the motion. You
No,
did not
no.
even recognize him when he was speaking on the microphone, and now you will be also reprimanding us for speaking on a microphone without being recognized by. He must be reprimanded, Deputy Speaker. Reprimand him so that the honourable member continue reading the motion. The motion is very, very long. That is a fact.
I sincerely
The
apologize.
motion is long.
I sincerely
You must be
apologize.
allowed to read the long motion.
I withdraw. I sincerely apologize, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
On behalf of the House, I want to accept that apology and continue reading. The first complainant requested an investigation into the veracity of allegations published by the Mail and Guardian newspaper on 11 November 2011 under the heading Banker Time, Zuma's Lavish Nkandla Upgrade. According to this media report, the President's private residence was being improved and upgraded at enormous expense to the state, estimated at about 65 million.
Honorable Chivambo.
The
Honorable Chivambo.
improvements allegedly...
Take your seat, Honorable Shenge.
Just as the Honourable Minister of Science and Technology has put it to you, we have put a certain motion before the House, and the Chief Whip of the majority party has actually been very explicit about the fact that a report. There are many reports that we've adopted here, but I don't recall that any report was ever amended. And in any case, if one is proposing an amendment, that is done in writing, not like that, not verbal. Okay, you write it down. I think you must assert your authority. You must assert your authority.
Deputy Speaker, on a point of clarity here.
What's the point of clarity, Honorable
If
Member?
you want us to, if you want to agree with Prince Buthelezi, we have got no problem. We can write it. It means that we must call the House again to receive the one that must be written. There can't be any vote until the long motion has either been orally presented viva voce or in writing, in read. So there's no problem. We can go and write it and bring it. The House can be suspended. We go and write it. After we're finished, we'll come back with it. Thank you.
Honorable
Deputy Speaker, we really respect the leader of the IFP, but it's not in the rules that an amended motion should be written. It's written. That is why I'm reading. I'm quoting now.
Honorable
You
Member.
can only read things that are written. So.
Honorable Member, be sensitive
be
sensitive to what the members of the House are communicating to you.
Yes.
And that is that wrap up so that we must consider your amendments.
On a point of order, Chair.
You can't do that.
On a point of order.
What's your point of order, Honorable
You
Member?
know, Honorable Deputy Speaker, we are elected, we are working here. Now, we are doing our job. This is our job. This thing of being impatient and wanting to rush for airports and planes and closing down motions is wrong. You are creating a wrong precedent. Let's allow the party to put an amendment on the table. Let us stop being impatient with each other. Let us listen to each other. We listen to you here. You speak for a very long time. We have no problems. Please allow us. There is no rule that you will quote from the book here that says this is the time limit on an amended motion. So for as long as there is no such a rule, we are allowed to express ourselves. Please give us time.
Honorable members.
Thank you very much, Deputy
Hold
Speaker.
on, Honorable Member. Let me please remember that an amendment to a draft resolution in terms of Rule 9C can only be moved if allowed by the presiding officer. Now, I wish to repeat that if Honorable Shivambo is not prepared to wrap up so that we consider the amendment you are making, let's proceed with the consideration of the motion before us.
On a point of order.
On a point of order, Deputy Chairperson.
Yes, Honorable
You are
Member.
completely out of order. You are completely out of order to Deputy Speaker.
What's your point of order, Honorable Member?
I say you are completely out of order.
Oh, okay.
You
All right.
must be consistent with the application of the rules.
All right.
You must be called.
Honorable Ndlazi, yes?
Thanks, Chair. No, Honorable Chairperson, I'm really pleading with your indulgence that, by the way, you have already allowed. But it can be consistent with the rules that you allow and then you bargain with time. If you have allowed us to make an amendment, may we be given an opportunity because you've already done that. And then on the basis, Honorable Chairperson, of our substantial motion, not substantial motion, on the basis of the amendments that we're proposing to the report. No one has managed to convince you through the rules. No one has managed to argue consistently through the rules that if a motion includes a report, it can be amended. It can be true. And the fact that it hasn't been done doesn't make it illegal. So we are pleading, Honorable Chairperson, you have made the ruling, you have allowed us to make an amendment. Can we proceed to make an amendment as you have already ruled? Please listen to us. We are reading it.
Honorable member, please take your seat. Honorable members, I have allowed you, and I explained why I allowed you, Honorable Shivambo, and I gave reasons why I allowed you, which included that be brief, be succinct, and get to the recommendation of the findings. That's what I allowed you to do. Now, instead of doing that, you are not. And I've asked you twice to wrap up, and I wish you do so now, for the last time.
Deputy Speaker,
I remind you
I'm still on the floor.
Yes.
You can't.
Now you're debating with me now.
There are rules.
You are debating with me now.
No, I want to give you context so that we are together.
Point of order, Chairperson.
You are now debating with me, Honorable Member. Can you hold on?
Point of order,
Hold on.
Deputy Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Chauhan. Yes, Honorable Member.
I'd like to address you on a point of order.
Yes, Honorable please take your seat. Sit down, Honorable Members.
Deputy Speaker, there have been complaints that the EFF have not had an opportunity to move a motion. Now, I've been sitting here and I've counted at least 6 occasions where you've given them that opportunity, and it's quite clear to me that they are not prepared to move an amendment to the motion before us.
Point of order, Chair.
Instead, I'm on the floor.
Point of order, Chair.
Honorable Member, let the member
No, point
finish.
of order, Chair.
I'll give you a chance.
No, point of order, Chair.
Honorable Mbata, ngicela ulinde.
Yeah, point of order, Chair.
Awulinde kancane. Let the member finish. Proceed, Honorable Member.
I've learned how to deal with bullies when I was 12 years old already.
Chair, we're not here for this thing.
Please
We're not
go
here
ahead.
for
On a
this thing.
point of order, and I have...
Honorable
We're not
Mbata.
here for this thing, Chair.
Can you stop? doing
No,
that?
we're not here for that thing.
Honorable Member, take your seat. Take your seat.
I said point of order.
I will recognize you. Take your seat. The member is completing his point of order.
Deputy Speaker,
I'll give you an opportunity to do that. Honorable Member.
Deputy Speaker, they've had more than one occasion. In fact, to my count, at least 5 occasions to move an amendment, which they failed to do. Motivations happen during the debate preceding the motion. Each party has had its allocated time to present its motivation. The time for motivations are therefore over. And you have now requested them to move an amendment. Sir, I ask you to rule in this matter because there is no amendment forthcoming and you have given ample, reasonable opportunity for that to happen.
Deputy Speaker, point of order. We are going to be patient.
Honorable Mbata.
Okay.
Point of order. Okay.
Point of order, Chair.
Honorable Mbata.
Chair, with due respect to the last honorable member, you have ruled and you said you are giving Honorable Shivam another opportunity to continue, and there's been interferences. Now, can you just allow him to finish? Please. Can you just allow him to finish?
Can I ask you a
Honorable
question,
members,
sir?
can you
As
take
far
your
as I
seat?
know, an amendment must be in writing.
Honorable members.
Wait.
You can't
Honorable.
just it must be in writing.
All right.
The-
Honorable Mtwana.
Can we,
Honorable Shenge, thank you very much.
can we go for dinner maybe somewhere?
Honorable Ramakatsa, please take your seat. There's a member behind you talking. Honorable...
On a point of order, Chair, a quick order.
honorable members.
Respectfully, Chairperson.
No, can I ask Honorable Shivambo for the last time to wrap up?
On a point of order, Chair.
I'm asking Honorable Shivambo to wrap up.
Please recognize me, Chair, in terms
what's-
of the rules
what's
around the point of order.
Yes, what are your point of order?
Yeah, the Honorable Deputy Minister says that she can see bullies when she sees them. I think she's casting aspersions either on you or on honorable members. I think it must be withdrawn unconditionally, Chairperson. Please rule on that. Because I think we are all working in a good spirit that then we are called bullies and all our own chairperson is called bully. it can't be good. It's a casting of aspersions, Honorable Jeremy Cronin.
Deputy Chair, on a point of order.
Tutam. Yes, what's
This
your
is
point
a
of
point
order?
of order before the other point of orders. The point of order, I think it's a good time to raise it now, and it was raised before. And it's a point of order on you, Deputy Chair. You see, we are very patient because we are committed to this process. But what you have done by saying that it is a privilege, you're giving the opposition or EFF a privilege, is being misrepresented and misunderstood by the majority party. It will help this House a lot if you yourself make it clear that it is not a privilege. You misrepresented the rights of the opposition party to do what we're doing now, and so that everybody can relax and wait for the process and the reports to be read and all the necessary. And I mean, there are some intellectuals and academics on that side. For authority, you know, you must go to the source. So what is the problem? Why are you afraid of the source? Let us go to the source. We are going to wait here to get that authority from the sources and then to be able to provide the conclusions, which I hope will be able to persuade you, because you need that so that we can move. But Chair, you start by assuring the House that there's no issue of privileges here. I thank you.
Honorable Pando.
Deputy Speaker, you are now confronted by the consequences of not allowing the procedures of the House to be pursued as they should be in terms of the rules. A matter has been put for decision. You asked whether there were objections. It was indicated they were. You put the question. There was then a request for an amendment. The amendment can only relate to what was put, which is that the report be adopted. The amendment would be that it not be adopted. No other can be put. And so, Deputy Speaker, with humility, we know the honorable members want to take more time than they could in the debate because, of course, there were no strong arguments they could put. They said that they were not worried about money being lost, etc. We admire
On a
them
point of order,
for that
Chairperson.
strength.
Order,
We
order.
ask you now that you rule and follow through on the process, which is that the decision which has been objected to be put to the House.
Yes. On a point of order, Chair.
Yes, Honorable Member.
Honorable Pando will sound like she's correct because she's not.
Point of order.
Honorable Member, can you allow the member
Point
to
of
finish?
order.
Yes, Honorable Member. Can you allow him to finish?
I'm rising on a point of order.
Let him finish. I'll give you a chance.
I'm also rising on a point of order. Please.
Proceed. Finish your point of order, Honorable Malema.
The motion for the adoption of the report is motivated by the report itself because there's
No,
the
Honorable Malema, talk to the chair.
Okay, the report has been circulated, Chair. The chief whip of the majority party didn't just stand up and say, let's adopt. I move that we adopt. We adopt what? We adopt the report which has been circulated. Now, Honorable Shibambo now stand up to say we shouldn't adopt. We must make an amendment. And he is making that amendment. The other side cannot be allowed to distribute reasons of adoption, and the other side denied to give reasons of amendment. It is incorrect.
Okay.
So give us that opportunity like you did. Don't be shaken. Allow us to give you now executive summary.
Take your seat. Honorable Member.
Deputy Chair, rising on a point of order, we are now pleading with you to do what you need to do in terms of the rules. We are all being played for fools here, and Parliament is being brought into disrepute. Make a ruling and follow through.
Yes.
On a point of order, Deputy Speaker. On a point of order, Deputy Speaker.
Okay. Yes, Honorable Member.
I think, Deputy Speaker, the honorable member is actually pushing you to the extent to take a decision to call riot police here because he says you must do what you are supposed to do. What you are supposed to do is to allow the member to read the long motion. The motion is long, make no mistake, and it must be read. And if members feel that the long motion should not be read, let them call the police to eject us out because that is what the member is calling for. We are reading a very long motion here, Deputy Speaker. So let us read the motion. In fact, they are wasting time the more they object to the reading of the motion. We've got a long motion to read here. We are amending this motion. Thank you.
Honorable Member, Honorable Shivambo.
Yes.
Just hold on. I just want to point out the following from our guidelines. Amendments, members, must be relevant to the motion and may not introduce a new subject or extend the scope of the original motion. An amendment may be proposed to an amendment. An amendment is subject to approval of the Speaker, presumably and any other presiding officer, who will not allow an amendment that is out of order or frivolous. Honorable members, I cite this matter to suggest that the debate that we've just gone through earlier on, as one of the honorable members pointed out, was an opportunity for members to engage with the matter before them. I've given honorable member the opportunity to wrap up. And honorable member, it is becoming clear that it is not forthcoming and that we have to move to consider the motion because your amendments are not forthcoming as we expected that they would. So that's the position that I want to move. Yes, honorable member.
Deputy Speaker, I have an amendment to make. May I move it, please?
Before, sorry,
it's in
Deputy Chief Whip.
Honorable member.
Can you please put it on record that you are disallowing us to put an amended motion?
No.
Are you not?
No.
You're not because you're not allowing us an opportunity to do
No,
so.
honorable member, just take your seat. Honorable Shivambo, I'm requesting you to take your seat. I'll come back to you. I'll tell you what I'm doing after this. I'll give you an opportunity. Honorable member.
But honorable.
On a point of order, Chair.
What's
On a
the
point of order.
Order, Deputy.
You can't allow the introduction.
The three of you are speaking at the same time.
Yeah, Chair.
Just hold on. I will give an opportunity to two members who are before the table,
Chair.
and I'll respond to them. I'm
can't-
going to respond to all of you.
No problem.
Hold.
You can do that.
Honorable Malema, please take your seat.
No, I'm calling point of order. MMP,
no.
man. What's about Namar? Wait, man. Chair, I'm standing on a point of order here.
Speaker.
No.
Deputy
The
Speaker.
point of order here, Chair,
wait,
is that
wait, honorable member.
Floyd is very simple and is helping you. The problem is that you have already developed an irritation and attitude. He says he wants to put it on record that you are refusing us to make an amendment. And if the answer is yes, we sit down, we move, you take the next amendment. You are refusing us, and you must never say you have given us an opportunity because we were reading an amendment, you are stopping us. Please put it on record that you are refusing us so that we attend to you properly.
Yeah, honorable member, take your seat. I'll come back to you. Honorable member, I'll come back to you, honorable members. Yes, honorable member.
Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Yes, honorable
in
member.
terms of normal practice, you cannot have two amendments at the same time on the table. The Honorable Shivambu, when he started off, in the first sentence he said, I move an amendment that the report as motivated by the Honorable Chief Whip not be adopted, and then he continues. I would suggest that we do have an amendment from the EFF on the table, that we first have to deal with that amendment. After we voted on that amendment, you can entertain further amendments.
Honorable member, I Honorable Milder, I did point this out to Honorable Chivambo, that he indeed moved an amendment. And so the question of my refusing them to make an amendment is not on. It is because they say they want to motivate it. So this is the point I'm making here.
I'm still in the middle of the amendment.
No.
Okay, middle maybe it's an over-exaggeration. I'm still starting the amendment so that there's proper context.
Honorable
of
Shivambo,
what we're going to vote for if we have to vote.
Let's deal with your amendment. Let's deal with your amendment.
Can I continue?
As introduced. No, take it as introduced. You introduced it.
No,
and that report you have in your hands, you can present it once more.
The purpose of this house is that we must persuade each other. We know that other people are not here for persuasion. They are here to drum up what they've been told elsewhere. But can we be allowed an opportunity to read our motion and say that this is the background upon which we say the report cannot be adopted?
No, that's
and only after that, that is when we can then be subjected to voting or no voting.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. And if you don't allow us to give a motion,
Yes.
you must say so that you're not allowing us to give a motion that
Okay.
is alternate to what is being presented
All right.
here.
Honorable Member, that's your interpretation. I'm afraid I have to agree with you that you think I'm stopping you, but that's your opinion. And I suggest that we move with the amendment as you originally stated it. But otherwise, we are proceeding.
Let me continue with the...
No, we are not. Honorable Member?
Apart from
No.
the release...
No, Honorable Member, don't continue. Summarize if you want to, but don't continue
On a
reading.
point of order. Point of order.
Don't continue reading.
Deputy
On a point
Speaker.
of
You
order,
can't
Chair.
continue to
Deputy
read.
Speaker, on a point of
You
order.
can't read, Honorable Member.
No. Deputy
Honorable
Speaker.
Deputy Speaker, on a point
Deputy
of order.
Speaker, on a point of order.
Honorable Members,
On a point of
Deputy
order.
Honorable
Speaker.
Shivambo, you have an option
On
to
a point
stop
of order,
reading
Chairperson.
so that
On a point of
you-
order.
There's a member before you that I'm addressing.
On a
Honorable
point of
Member.
order, Chairperson.
What's your point of order, Honorable Member?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. My point of order, Honorable Chairperson, is that you must rule, please.
Yeah.
Are you refusing us to make an amendment in that the Honorable Chief Whip of the government in waiting started with the amendment? You stopped him in what he calls a middle. So the amendment is not complete. Please rule, Chairperson, that if
Yes.
you are stopping him in the
Yes.
middle,
Yes.
seeing that the amendment is not complete, means
Yes.
that you are denying us to make an amendment.
Honorable Member, I'm suggesting that we proceed, if that is your understanding.
No. On a point of order, Floyd.
Deputy
On a
Speaker,
point of-
rising on a
on a-
point
on a-
of
on a-
order, Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Deputy
Deputy
Speaker.
Speaker has been, I've been
We
standing up
are
for a
the
point of
only
order.
ones who can say this is our amendment. And we're
Yes.
saying to you,
Yes.
we have not presented our amendment.
Okay.
And therefore, they cannot be voting based on the introduction of Floyd's presentation because that is not our amendment.
Okay,
So
take your
it
seat.
should be, make a decision, we have no problem with that.
Yes.
But we want you to make a decision that we are denied
Okay.
an opportunity to present our full amendment before this house.
All right, Honorable Member, that's fine. Yes, Honorable Member, please let
Deputy
us, I want
Speaker.
us to proceed now, Honorable Members.
Deputy Speaker, we've been rising several times on point of orders. One is that even the amendment, I'm not so sure why you are allowing this because in terms of the rule, that thing is irrelevant to the report that we are dealing with. It has no relevance to it. The rules are very clear, Deputy Speaker, in terms of what needs to be amended. You've got to amend what we have in front of us. It's the report.
On a point of order.
No, a point of order
On a
can
point
be
of
called
order.
on top of a point of order.
Yeah.
On a point of order.
Deputy Speaker, I'm saying the rules are very clear. A report, you amend what is before us. We have a report with recommendations and all that.
Yes.
What is coming there? It's a public protector's report. It's not an amendment of this report that we have. It's an SIU report that is not an amendment to this. We have a report. They must tell us what are they removing in this report. It's not what they are doing. you've been giving them an opportunity several times, Deputy Speaker, and several members here have been rising.
Okay.
And I don't want to have a thinking that we are being denied from this side to be able to raise a point of order and be heard. Because we have been rising on a point of order and we are requesting you to take a decision and assist us in this house to be able to conclude our business. We can't be held at ransom.
Deputy Speaker.
Honorable members,
Deputy Speaker.
The question before the House.
Point of order, Deputy Speaker.
The motion is that the report be adopted. Are there any objections to the
Deputy
report being
Speaker,
adopted?
point of order, Deputy Speaker.
Order, Deputy Speaker.
Point of order. Point of order. Point of order, Deputy Speaker.
Deputy Speaker, I'm still on the floor. What
Are
is
you
happening?
starting
Why-
again? Wait. Point of order, Deputy Speaker.
Yes. Who's talking?
Okay, Deputy
Honorable
Speaker.
members, please take your seats. You can't all be on your feet. Take your seats. Take your seats, honorable members. Yes, honorable members. Yes, okay. The table is drawing my attention to the other honorable member here for the amendment. What was the amendment about?
Point of order, Deputy Speaker.
Deputy Speaker.
Proceed, honorable member.
Deputy Speaker.
But we have
Deputy Speaker, you know,
Point of
you
order.
can't move
Point
a
of
second
procedure.
amendment on top of another one. Can you please settle the issue that is on the table now? If you want to take a different amendment, we can listen to that. But can you give us an indication that we can continue with our amendment, or you tell us that we can't continue?
Yes, honorable members,
I will continue.
I have given you an opportunity to continue. I've given you that opportunity before, and you have not taken it up, honorable member. You have not come with an amendment.
I was busy
So
there
it's
until
done.
then.
Honorable member?
It's not done. You
No,
can't
it's
tell me I'm
done.
before
As far as I'm
done.
concerned, honorable member, you've been given ample opportunity to do that.
I'm not
I suggest,
done.
I suggest that we move to the next amendment.
Deputy
We
Speaker.
can put that together.
Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker,
Yeah.
you need to indicate to me that I am not allowed to continue. If
Yes,
what you're
honorable
saying.
member, I'm saying to you.
Because I'm not, no, when I was speaking here, you're the one who told me to sit down because Kensani there was speaking and another person there was speaking, the gentleman who's wearing spectacles there, he was speaking in the middle of me talking.
Honorable member.
Because I did not stop voluntarily. I was stopped by you. You are the one who told me to sit down. And then now when I have to continue with my motion, you said that I stopped. I never stopped. Allow
No.
me to continue.
Honorable member, Honorable Waters, please take your seat. Honorable Shivambu, I've given you an opportunity to wrap up on several occasions. I also asked you to wrap up finally, honorable member. Instead, you replied to me that you are continuing to read. Okay? In other words, in defiance of my request to you to wrap up. Now, I'm suggesting to you that we are moving to the next amendment for consideration, so that we must be able to see how we handle that one, and then we proceed. Honorable Waters.
No,
Order,
on a
Deputy
point of
Speaker.
order, on a point of order, Chair. Deputy Speaker, this is very simple. No, you cannot insist on moving to Honorable Waters before we resolve our matter.
I have resolved it, Honorable Malema.
What is the decision?
The
You are
decision-
refusing us.
The decision is that you've been given ample opportunities to raise an amendment. Even when we thought you did, you refused to accept it as your amendment. And so we are taking that you are not coming up with an amendment.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, you have on a number of
Point of
occasions,
order.
you have asked Floyd to sit down to allow other people to call point of order. You should have allowed him, after all the point of orders, allow him to conclude his motion, and then we move.
Honorable member, you and your members have been doing exactly what you are suggesting. The Honorable Shivambu would have long finished if you and your members and other members in the House did not do that. So it is correct, it is legitimate for members to raise point of orders. Now that is done. Can we move to the next amendment?
What happened to this
Point of
motion?
order, Deputy Speaker.
You want to
Yes,
take a
Honourable
motion on
My
top of a
point
motion?
order is
Deputy
that
Speaker.
Our member, you recognized our member, and now we expect our member to be able to put his motion.
I'm doing
and we
that.
do not wish to be interrupted
doing that,
anymore.
Honourable
Yes,
Member.
thank you very much.
I'm doing that.
Deputy Speaker,
What?
I'm
Honourable
still on
Member.
the floor with the motion. Am I continuing or not?
No, Honourable Member.
Wait. Relax, guys.
You are not allowed to continue.
So I'm not allowed to continue the
Yes,
motion?
Honourable Member.
Thank you very much. You have noted that.
Yes,
It's
Honourable
on
Member.
record, yeah, sure.
Honourable Deputy Speaker.
Deputy Speaker, I move to amend the report in front of us and that this House deletes everything from page 17 following point 28 in the report to be replaced with the minority report, which is here and I won't read it out, with the following recommendations and the 4 recommendations. A, the composition of the committee is problematic. It has to be considered whether the current composition based on proportional representation ensures a fair and unbiased process. B, the Act has to be amended to be more specific in terms of the procedures and or requirements to ensure a procedurally fair inquiry process. C, both the rules and the Act do not provide for an appeal. Although an administrative action can be taken to court on review, it is a time-consuming and costly procedure. This should be amended in the rules and the Act by making provision for an appeal process. And D, that the process is restarted with due consideration to the requirements in the Power and Privileges Act, in which is stipulated it must be a reasonably and procedurally fair process. The composition of the Power and Privileges Committee is reconsidered to give effect to the principles of natural justice. I so move.
Honourable members, may I, honourable member, please take your seat. Let me make a ruling here. Honourable members, you are fully aware that in terms of the rules, specifically Rule 1374, there's no provision for minority reports. While proposing an amendment to the recommendations contained in the report would be in order, the submission of a wholly new report as an amendment is not supported by our rules and practice. In terms of Rule 96, an amendment to a draft resolution may only be moved that is allowed by the presiding officer. I rule that your amendment, sir, is in contravention of Rule 1374 and is therefore out of order, is not allowed in terms of Rule 9C. Yes.
May I address you on that point?
Yes, Honourable Member.
Honourable Deputy Speaker, I think there's a difference between a minority report and what the Honourable Member just now proposed. The Honourable Member clearly said that he proposes an amendment to the report, not a minority report. He proposed that...
Order, Honourable Members.
He proposed that the current report be amended, that certain pages after page 17 be deleted and replaced with a different wording. I would suggest that you put that motion and that amendment to the House, that the House decide on that, instead of ruling it out of order.
Honourable Member, the member himself mentioned the minority report.
Order, Deputy Speaker. The Chief Whip is advising the table, so we're being ruled by the ANC here.
Honourable members, Honourable members, Honourable Member, the Honourable Member has a choice to put an amendment without reference to the report, in which case it would be in order. Otherwise, it is out of order.
Well, Deputy Speaker, may I address you?
Yes.
Now, I withdraw the words minority report, and then it will be in order. And may I just say, Deputy Speaker, that there is precedence in the House for amendments to take place to reports. And if you look at the ATC on the 12th of November this year, you'll see a full amendment to a report pertaining to the Nkandla report. So I just want to, there has been precedence. So I withdraw the words minority report, but we do have our amendments here.
No,
if
Honourable
you'd like
Member.
me to read them, I will, but I don't think it's going to help the House.
In what I read to you, I told you that what is out of order is not the weights minority report. You referred to a minority report that you are submitting, and we are pointing out that is disallowed. What we can put before the House is the amendment that you have made from that to what you are saying there as recorded here. That's what we will put before the House. Members, there's an amendment to the motion. Those in favor of the motion say aye. No, honourable members, honourable members.
Order, Deputy Speaker. They know we have it.
Honourable,
it's closed. We can no longer vote again.
Honourable members.
Yeah, we have it now.
The motion. before the House is that the amendment to the motion of the Chief Whip
Order, Honorable Chairperson.
be amended.
Order, Honorable Chairperson. On a point of order.
What's your point of order, Honorable Member?
No, Honorable Chairperson, it looks like you are repeating what you've already done.
Yes.
You asked for the yeses, they are there.
Yes, I'm
so
repeating
we must
it.
proceed because that is on record.
Yes, I'm repeating. Honorable members, let me put
These are the consequences of choir.
Deputy Speaker,
Honorable,
if
yes.
I may address you. We've talked about the rules being implemented fairly and consistently.
Yes.
You put the questions, everyone on both sides of the House said aye.
Chair, I said
Come
no.
on.
No.
You did. Just,
Oh.
if,
We didn't know.
Honorable member, let me read you what the rules say, please.
Honorable
Allow
Deputy
me.
Speaker.
No, honorable members, can you take your seats first, please? Honorable members, Rule 79, question put again. If the presiding officer has put a question and it is not heard or understood, he or she shall put it again.
Order, Honorable Chairperson.
Point of order, Chair. Point of order, Chair. Chair. Dollar Panto.
Order, Deputy
Point
Speaker.
of order, Chair. Point of order,
Order,
Chair.
Deputy
What's
Speaker.
your point of order?
Deputy Speaker, it cannot be that when they have voted correctly with the opposition and then you have the discretion to think that they did not understand it. They've understood it very well.
The voting has not occurred,
They
honorable
did
member.
understood it very well, Deputy
Honorable
Speaker.
member, take
you
your
are
seat.
very unfair.
Yes, take your seat, honorable member. Take your seat, honorable member. Honorable members,
Deputy Speaker.
the question before the House.
Deputy Speaker.
is- honorable member, I'm in the middle of a
Point
process
of order,
here.
Deputy Speaker.
What's your point of order?
The point of order is opposition have won this, and you can go and account at the Lutulu House. What
Yeah.
happened here is opposition have won, and you cannot redo that again. Thank you.
There has been no voting, honorable member. You don't realize that yet. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. You really think?
Deputy Speaker.
Honorable members, let me proceed. There's a
Deputy
rule here
Speaker.
that I read to you.
Deputy Speaker.
I've read a rule to you, and I'm assuming that you agree with us that we must use the rules. Okay? Consistently, an honorable member says here, Honorable Waters himself. And I'm doing that now. I think members are getting tired. Honorable members, the question before us is the amendment
With all
of
due
the...
respect, point of order. Deputy Speaker, with all due respect, you are manipulating the rule to suit your cause. You put the question, you got a reply, and now you are invoking 79 based on the fact that you either didn't hear it or understand it. Will you make the point clear first? Which is it that you are applying? Did you not hear the ayes or did you not understand it?
This is very easy for me. Honorable, I'll put this... Yeah. Honorable member. Yes, honorable member.
Yeah, Deputy Speaker, just for the record, the question that you put to the House was that the motion be adopted. And that is what members said aye to. So it's, if we follow that logic, then it's the Chief Whip's motion that has been adopted. What I think you intended to do was to put the amendment to the motion. So just for the record.
Honorable members,
Deputy
this simply confirms the point I'm making.
No.
This confirms the point that...
Deputy-
Anyway,
may I
let's go ahead with it. Let me ask the
Speaker,
question.
May I please address you?
Yes, honorable member.
I think the Honourable Deputy Minister is deliberately confusing the House. The question was clear, and the same thing happened for the Nkandla report, if you remember. It was that the ANC voted aye for the amendment, and if the ANC want to call for a division afterwards, it's up to them. But the fact of the matter is the majority of the House said aye, and the report has been adopted.
Honourable Deputy Speaker.
Yes, Honourable Miller.
Honourable Deputy Speaker.
Yes,
there's no crisis or train smash, nothing serious.
Absolutely.
The point is, you've called for the House to respond to the amendment you put.
Yes.
A number of members said aye. That is not the end of the voting process.
Yes.
So if some members are unhappy with that, they can call for a division. And then if we proceed through the division, we'll have a result. So you don't need to apply Rule 79. You can just conclude the process that you've started.
Yes. Yes, Honorable Member. Honorable Chief Whip.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, even if there was confusion about the ayes, but there was no second question that asked for the noes. So the whole matter is not concluded at all. I think I agree with Honorable Mulder. Put the question, Honorable Deputy Speaker, please.
Yes, Honorable Member.
Yes, sorry, Honorable Deputy Speaker. We are
Yes.
in the middle of the process. You've
Yes.
asked for the ayes. We've had ayes. Now I would suggest you ask, those who say no must say no. And then after that we proceed. Somebody may ask for a division.
Honorable Members, those against say no. The noes have it. Honorable Members.
Deputy Speaker, I think some people did vote twice, but the DA calls for division.
Right. Honorable Members, the House will be adjourned for 5 minutes.
Honorable
The,
Speaker,
the bells
Honorable
will be
Speaker,
rung after that.
Honorable
Yeah.
Speaker, before we take the break,
It's done.
Honorable Speaker,
Bells will be rung for 5
we
minutes.
need
We are
a
not
secret
breaking.
ballot. We need a secret ballot. Please.